We are living right in the middle of a massive technological shift, right? But as literal billions of dollars pour into this global AI revolution, we really have to ask ourselves, what does this actually mean for our most important resource, our human connection? So let's dive into this explainer and unpack the data starting right from the ground up.
Just to wrap our heads around the sheer velocity of this industry, $2 billion. That is the massive investment Kling AI just raised for their video generation app. We're way past theoretical research here, folks. This is a company monetizing AI, generating professional-looking videos from just simple text prompts, and pulling in hundreds of millions in revenue. Capital is absolutely flooding the zone right now.
And keeping up with that financial boom? Well, it requires a staggering physical scale. SoftBank is planning to deploy a mind-boggling 10 gigawatts of data center capacity. Just think about that. They are building out massive physical infrastructure simply to rent out AI computing power to companies that desperately need it. We are talking about a fundamental rewiring of our technological grid to support this whole boom.
So with all this macroeconomic scale completely shifting toward AI, it begs the question, how early do we need to start preparing the next generation for this new reality? I mean, if the world is being rebuilt on a foundation of artificial intelligence, when do we introduce these concepts to students? High school? Middle school? Well, the answer might actually surprise you.
Let's look at Section 1, AI Literacy by Age 8.
Educators are quickly realizing that kids are already interacting with AI through apps and algorithms long before anyone explains what's under the hood. So looking at the US-funded AI by 8 initiative, there is a fascinating irony. You'd probably assume teaching AI to kindergartners involves, staring at screens or learning to code. But actually, scratch that. It involves 0 devices. Instead, teachers rely entirely on unplugged methods, using storytelling and physical movement to teach inputs and outputs. They'll ask kids, hey, where did the computer get this information? Could it have made a mistake? It's all about building curiosity and foundational logic without ever even touching a tablet.
Which brings us to Section 2, Top Ranks in Digital Skills. To understand how effective digital literacy can be when it's applied at a national scale, we've got to look at Taiwan's recent educational successes. Look at the 2023 ICILS Index. That's the International Computer and Information Literacy Study. Taiwan ranked first internationally in computational thinking, which is basically complex daily life problem solving. They also ranked 4th globally in computer and info literacy. Meanwhile, the US scored below average in computational thinking. It really highlights how different education systems are adapting to the digital age at vastly different speeds. And looking a bit deeper at the data from over 130,000 students across 34 different education systems worldwide, Taiwanese girls actually outperformed boys. They are completely breaking long-held gender stereotypes in computer science and info literacy. This is just a massive win for equitable education. It proves that, for sure, with the right curriculum, we can completely shatter those old assumptions about who excels in tech. Let's move to Section 3, Questioning the AI Output. Now, here is where we absolutely have to pause and exercise some real caution. Because even with these top-tier digital skills, even when you're ranked #1 in the world in computational thinking, there's a massive hidden danger. The crucial point here is that being great at computers doesn't automatically mean a kid can recognize when an AI is just making things up. Researchers found that evaluating the truthfulness of online info remains the single most difficult challenge for students. Because AI output can look so polished and so authoritative, even highly digitally literate kids struggle to spot the hallucinations in the fakes. And if students blindly trust AI to just instantly generate essays or art, there are real-world consequences. Preliminary brain-based studies coming out of MIT suggest that this kind of over-reliance could actually decrease a student's higher-order thinking. It hinders their independent cognitive strategies. Think about it. If you never have to struggle through a problem because the AI just solves it for you instantly, you lose the opportunity to develop deep, critical thinking skills. It is literally a use-it-or-lose-it scenario for the developing brain. Finally, Section 4, the power of human connection. We've seen the billions of dollars, the massive data centers, and how we're trying to train kids to navigate this wild new reality. But all of this forces a profound question. If AI can do almost everything, what remains uniquely human? Well, here's the ultimate contrast. AI, no matter how advanced it gets, is fundamentally just a prediction engine relying on the past. But humans, We create totally new solutions beyond known data. And more importantly, as AI capabilities skyrocket, authentic human interaction remains absolutely vital. Why? Because AI cannot feel empathy. It can only simulate it. True, messy, authentic human connection is the only actual bedrock for building trust and a shared value system.
Because of all this, we're actually seeing a fascinating youth backlash. There's this deep craving for authenticity right now, and it's perfectly captured by New York's Luddite Club. This is a rapidly growing group of high schoolers who actively meet up in Central Park to completely unplug. They leave their smartphones behind, they crochet, they play chess, and they just talk. Overloaded with screens and algorithms, they are consciously reclaiming their human interactions. They've realized that a simulated AI conversation is absolutely no substitute for a real friend sitting right across from you.
So I want to leave you with this final provocative thought. The AI boom is here, bringing massive investments and incredible, game-changing leaps in technology. But as these machines get better and better at simulating conversation and emotion, how will you protect your authentic human connections? Are you making time to unplug and just be human? Think about how you balance the digital with the real today.